I didn't know whether or not to actually make this video because this is something I wasn't very comfortable talking about in the beginning, just because of the whole. I know usually I do cover controversial stuff, but this is gotten to a point where streamers and other YouTubers are straight up being harassed for playing a video game because of things the writer said. And it's just gotten to a point where people are crying, being doxxed, death threats, and something I need to talk about. And now, I'm sure we all know what Hogwarts Legacy is. A game based on the novels of Harry Potter, a successful book franchise made by J.K. Rowling, or the movies most people probably know it from. But it has broken some Twitch records. It's maybe it is going to be a Game of the Year contender. And I'm sure a bunch of you heard about the whole drama or the controversy around this game because of the fact that J.K. Rowling has said some anti-LGBTQ and very transphobic stuff in the past. And because of her controversial views and opinions, this has led to activists and other people to attempt to boycott the game, which failed. And then they now go out, or a bunch of them go out and harass other Twitch streamers and other YouTubers who have streamed or played the game. And this has resulted in Twitch streamers being doxxed, received death threats, spammed in their their chat and comment section. Like, I'm sure this might get a few comments calling me certain things. And this has resulted also in Twitch streamers crying on stream. And I am trying my damn hardest not to turn this into a full-on rant video, because this shouldn't be that type of video. I think there's a time and place for that, and this shouldn't be it. But what I will say is, people or Twitch streamers or other YouTubers that upload videos or live stream this video game, they are not transphobic and against LGBTQ rights. They're just not. And the people that are trying to send this message that anyone that thinks this game is good is against LGBTQ rights is actually harming the LGBTQ community more than the people that are actually playing this video game. And the reason I will say they are doing more harm than good is because people's lives are being affected mentally and maybe even physically and definitely emotionally. These people have been drove to the fact that they are being doxxed and harassed and be receiving death threats because of the fact that they simply played a video game, which I don't even need to mention how fucking stupid that is. But it also makes the people that are claiming to want to help or that are advocates and activists for the LGBT community, they look like extremists. And I would argue the vast majority of people hate extremists no matter where they come from. And one of the main instances of this affecting someone is a VTuber known as Silvervale. I haven't watched this VTuber much. This is the first time I've actually ever heard of her. But she was playing Hogwarts Legacy, and in a video or in a Twitch stream, she explained Harry Potter was one of her favourite books growing up. She went to book signings and stuff. She was a major fan. And the fact that a video game got made on something that she absolutely loved, not that she condoned J.K. Rowling's controversial opinions, she still got harassed, doxxed, and all this other stuff. So I encourage you, please go follow her on Twitch. A link will be left to her Twitch channel, and a link will be left to Mr. 66 Rage's video on this, not on the Silvervale case, but just on Hogwarts Legacy in general, like this video will cover. But he goes far more in depth, and I think he explains it better than I can. Hell, they even created a website where they could track certain YouTubers and Twitch streamers who streamed or uploaded video of Hogwarts Legacy. And so they could go out and harass them and mass spam them and, do all these other types of harassment. And I think that just sets the bar of where these people are at. very fucking low. And I believe this will just encourage more YouTubers and Twitch streamers and people in general to go out and even just buy the video game that weren't even going to buy it in the first place. Hell, I might not even do that now because it's just ridiculous how these people are harassing so many people. And then they'll cry about getting attacked back because they were attacking the other people in the first place. And it just becomes this cycle of just harassment and disgusting shit. Honestly, if you don't want to play the video game, don't play it. If you are going to play the video game, go do it. I encourage you to do it. Legit, there are anime, there are movies, there are TV shows, other books where the writers have been exposed and the actors and other people have been exposed for doing other disgusting shit. Songs and raps and all these other things that have been sang by and rapped by people that have done disgusting things, and yet you don't help. The artistry is separate from the artist. J.K. Rowling did indeed say some controversial things that I personally don't agree with, but that doesn't stop me from recognising that she has wrote one of the most iconic book series in the world, let alone in England. And the game is a Game of the Year contender for a reason, because it's so inclusive. Hell, one of the characters in the game, at least to my knowledge, is a transgender woman. Not that that even matters. I think it's a great inclusive. It's great to see. They have people from different backgrounds. They have people of the whole cast, people of different ethnicities and culture, and yet that doesn't stop them from being less important characters, or doesn't stop them from being bad characters in the slightest. But people will want to boycott a game instead of that have been announced years now in development. They'd rather boycott it when it's about to be released than go to a rally where LGBTQ rights are at risk. They'd rather do that than go to these rallies, and honestly, it's just ridiculous. Please, if you take anything away from this video, and I know I might be mumbling at this point, but I honestly have never been as annoyed as I have covering a drama or whatever. But honestly, this has just gotten to a point where Twitch streamers and stuff are being harassed. And I don't even like fucking Twitch or a lot of Twitch streamers, but please just don't harass these people. Half of them don't deserve it. I'm sure some might be able to criticise. Go ahead, I don't care about that. But when it gets to the point of death threats, harassment, and all this other stuff, it's ridiculous. They'd rather go after someone who's just happily playing a video game, not saying anything about this whole thing, than someone who's actually said some transphobic things, or people that have gone up against. Honestly, I think you get my point. I'm not going to rant anymore. Yeah, that's been Joseph the World. Please, I encourage you, go follow Silvervale on Twitch, because I think she deserves it after all this shit. If at the end of the day, if you want to buy the video game and go play it, go ahead. If you don't want to play the video game, don't. That's just, and if you don't want anything to do with the video game, just don't pay attention to it. It's not that hard. The more that you go out and harass people for playing the video game, the more people are going to harass you. And you cannot cry and claim that it's they're being anti-LGBTQ, because that's a pathetic way to deal with backlash. Now, if people are actually saying disgusting things to you, I do not condone that in the slightest. But if you were doing it first, I'm sorry, but people will not see it in the way that you are seeing it, and it's just gotten to a point where it's just a cycle of hate that things won't end anytime soon. Just at the end of the day, do not go out and harass people, don't attack people, don't do anything. Honestly, ignore all these extremists, because they're the reason things are such in a chaotic state. That's all I have to say about the situation. I know, there's so much more I could say, but I feel like this will be my last thing. Anyway, yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit.